Okay, agaya and Ubuntu, and welcome to our live stream. Now that we've overcome some of our technical difficulties, let's see if we can't make this work properly. I hope people are finding us. Welcome to this Nova Sutra Solstice celebration. I'm Dr. Michelle Merrill. You'll want to be able to arrange yourself for a meditation session. Try to find a comfortable place where you won't be disturbed. And while folks are finding us and settling in, I'll tell you a little bit more about the solstice. I'll talk to you about the Nova Sutras movement and explain a little about agaya and Ubuntu. In a few moments, we'll call the corners and then start a guided meditation. I'll be helping us all get into a calm and relaxed meditative state. And then I will let you know the time of the solstice. And then during the solstice, for a few minutes, we'll all really focus on reverence and loving kindness, agaya and Ubuntu, for the world. After we finish out the meditation, we'll take time to reflect. I'll talk a little bit more about the Nova Sutras movement, our goals, our values, and how you can participate. Today, in about 20 minutes, is the specific moment when we're at the December solstice, that instant when the sun is directly overhead on the Tropic of Capricorn. No matter where you are on Earth, on this day, the sun appears to be the farthest south it will be all year, and it seems to rest there in the days just before and just after the solstice. In the Northern Hemisphere, this makes today the shortest day of the year. The solstice is typically associated with festivals such as Yule, marking the start of the winter season, the return of the sun, and the ending of one year as the next year begins. In the Southern Hemisphere, this is the beginning of summer and the longest day of the year. The seasons are related to the orbit of the Earth around our sun, and how the northern and southern hemispheres are sometimes tilted toward the sun and sometimes tilted away from the sun. Nova Sutras celebrates solstices, equinoxes, and cross quarters because these are amazing planetary phenomena about the interaction of our home planet and our sun. All humans can agree on this. And so many religious traditions include some celebration associated with these 8 times of the year. For celebrating the solstices, some important themes are a celebration of the sun itself, pausing for reflection, considering contrasts like day and night, light and dark, and of course, global unity. For those in the Southern Hemisphere entering summer, abundance and vigor are also key themes to incorporate in your December celebrations. For those celebrating the winter solstice, endurance, endings, and new beginnings are appropriate themes. In Nova Sutras, we use this new term, agaya, as an expression of the deep, sacred beauty of the universe. Ubuntu is a borrowing and expansion of a South African term that represents the connection between all things, binding us all together in the more than human world with reverence, joy, generosity, gratitude, and loving kindness. The Nova Sutras movement seeks to promote agaya and Ubuntu. We honor the principles that all of nature is sacred and should be treated with reverence and loving kindness. That change is essential, inevitable, and important in all life. That complexity and maturity emerge from cooperative relationships. and that the beauty of the living world is to be savored, honored, cherished, and protected. Before we begin our meditation, we will open this as sacred space, using a practice that Buddhists might recognize as a form of metta, and practitioners of many indigenous or neo-pagan religions might recognize as calling the corners or calling the quarters. You can do this while standing and moving, or just sitting and thinking, whichever is more comfortable for you right now. We will address each of 6 directions, sending out wishes for agaya and Ubuntu, joy, wonder, peace, and loving kindness. I like to start with the nearest cardinal direction to where the sun is now. It's afternoon here in California, so the sun is in the south. I'll go around the compass directions following the path of the sun, south to west, then north to east, then also up and down. Then we'll start with ourselves as the center and radiate out. Please follow along out loud if you'd like, or just think and feel through it, sending your wishes out in that direction or that space. May all beings to the south abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings to the west abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings to the north abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings to the east abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings above abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings below abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May I abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings nearby, all those I can reach with my senses, abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings in this watershed abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings in this bioregion abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings on this continent abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings in this hemisphere abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all beings in Earth's beautiful and bountiful biosphere abide in agaya and Ubuntu. May all life anywhere and everywhere in the universe abide in agaya and Ubuntu. Now you're invited to find a comfortable place to sit, and you can close your eyes if you like. Once you're sitting comfortably, take a deep breath in. Hold it for a moment. Now exhale slowly and completely. Inhale slowly through your nose, noticing the feelings of air moving past your nostrils, down and into your lungs. Hold again. Then slowly release the breath. Feel how your chest and belly move and relax as you exhale. Allow your chest and belly to expand and rise gently as you inhale. Continue to take deep, relaxing breaths as we begin to welcome in Ubuntu and agaya. Ubuntu expands our awareness of connection, interbeing. Consider one person with whom you have experienced connection. Now think of other people that you love, people that love you. Feel how you are part of these interwoven connections of loving kindness as you imagine that sense of Ubuntu expanding out through all the people who have connections to all the people you know all around the world. Now consider other beings in the more than human world whom you regard with loving kindness. Consider your favorite tree or flowers and feel your connection with them. Recognize that with every breath in, you take in nourishing oxygen that some plants exhaled. Then you exhale carbon dioxide that will nourish other photosynthesizers. All your food was once alive, and that life nourishes you. This is interbeing at its deepest level. This is what we call Ubuntu. Everywhere in the world, these interconnections exist. As you breathe in, allow yourself to feel gratitude for these connections of Ubuntu. As you breathe out, send your gratitude for those connections along the radiating, interconnecting lines. Our gratitude to other beings with whom we share connection is just one facet of what we call agaya. Agaya is also the deep sense of wonder we feel when we catch the scent of pine in the air, when we see a bird fly gracefully overhead, when we hear the roar of a windstorm, when we feel the warmth of sun on our face, or when we gaze up at a luminous moon surrounded by distant stars. Agaya is our profound connection to the sacred beauty of our universe. As you slowly inhale, invite this sacred joy of agaya into the center of your being. Hold it for a moment. Then, as you release your breath, send with it your feelings of humble gratitude to spread out into the world. Inhale wonder and joy. Exhale gratefulness for interconnection. Inhale agaya. Exhale Ubuntu. to hold that feeling of interconnection. Then exhale, agaya, to spread joy and wonder into the universe. Inhale, Ubuntu. Exhale, agaya. We can connect with agaya when we consider how the earth travels around the sun in a wide ellipse. The sun is traveling as well, orbiting the gravitational center of our galaxy. So the earth and all the other planets of our solar system move along with the moving sun, forming a beautiful path, a set of winding helixes through space-time. How does it feel to be on this lovely sphere in a spiral dance around our sun as we travel around the heart of our galaxy? How does it feel to know that every atom in your body, just as in everything on Earth, was once in the heart of a star that died, a star whose ashes formed our own solar system? How does it feel to know that something as simple and elegant as a leaf can capture the light from our sun and turn it into sugars, into sweetness and sustenance, and the structures of life itself? In about a minute, we will reach the astronomical solstice. From an earthly perspective, the sun will be directly overhead in the South Pacific, near the Cook Islands, southwest of Tahiti. Envision how that might look and feel right now, with a brilliant midday sun directly over the immense blue Pacific. Were you sitting on a becalmed sailboat there? The mast would cast no shadow. Imagine taking the warmth and shimmering radiance of the sun overhead and transforming it into loving kindness, into Ubuntu and agaya. Now, imagine Ubuntu and agaya shining forth through you at this moment of the solstice, shining out from your heart into the world. Know that you are surrounded by community, that everyone meditating right now is there with you, that we are all radiating Ubuntu and agaya. Together, we shine Ubuntu and agaya across the deep and sparkling vastness of the Pacific Ocean. Together, we shine Ubuntu and agaya to every place on earth now touched by the light of this solstice sun. Together, we shine agaya and Ubuntu out to touch all of those in the dark of night right now, all around the world. Together, we shine the light of Ubuntu and agaya across the universe from our beautiful little home world. Together, we inhale agaya and exhale Ubuntu. Together, we inhale Ubuntu and exhale agaya. Extend these feelings of agaya and Ubuntu and offer them as a gift to the whole world. When you are ready, you may open your eyes and allow yourself to gently return to the here and now. You should come into a state of calm attention, energized by your contemplation of Ubuntu and agaya through the moment of the solstice. Take a moment to thank yourself and to thank all of our participants, online and off, for sharing in this worldwide meditation. We in the Nova Sutras community thank you for taking this step toward planetary wellness and awareness. The solstice is an important time to pause and reflect. What are some things that you are proud of from this last orbit of the sun? What are some things you hope to leave behind you in our next orbit? What do you want to accomplish by this time next year? Please share your reflections with us in the live stream comments. Now I'd like to talk for just a bit about the Nova Sutras movement. Nova Sutras is only a year old. Our main intention is to invite the power of community to transform global civilizations into expressions of agaya and Ubuntu. Our specific goals for this next orbit of the sun include continuing to organize celebrations for equinoxes and solstices. You can get in contact at novasutras.org or on our Facebook page or Twitter if you want to host a local celebration. We will be developing a working wiki of Nova Sutras philosophy, research, and practices. We seek to inspire worldwide conversations about community based on agaya and Ubuntu, so that we are growing Nova Sutras communities in at least 30 countries. In the following year, we intend to hold a major global celebration for the June 2020 solstice. And our aim is to freely distribute 1 million printed books about Nova Sutras globally by the December solstice of 2020. As we build momentum, the Nova Sutras movement hopes to bring people together to defend and protect the environment, agaya, and Ubuntu, to respond to disasters and rebuild after disasters, to support social justice causes, to promote education and research, growing and preserving knowledge and culture, and of course, to spread joy and celebration. How do you want to participate? The Nova Sutras movement needs help to make this happen. We need people to share information about the movement to help it grow. We need creators and collaborators to work together on Nova Sutras projects, to produce online content and other materials, to help plan and stage celebrations or other events. We also need generous people who could share space for celebrations or small gatherings, who can donate equipment like video cameras and microphones, or provide materials for celebrations, who could provide financial support by buying Nova Sutras stuff like posters, t-shirts, reusable cups and bags from our Redbubble site, and of course those who can directly contribute funds to support the costs of our efforts and help us build the movement. Please consider supporting us through Patreon. I'll add a link to the chat and the description. So what are some projects you'd like to begin as we move ahead? Please share that in the comments. We can support each other and hold one another accountable for working toward our intentions. Thank you for joining in this Nova Sutras event. And thank you for all that you do as an agent for change, Ubuntu, and agaya. Ubuntu and agaya to you. Thank you for sharing.